All right, guys. So I'm gonna do another quick update on GameStop. So today a lot of stuff happened, and I have a lot of good news for you guys. So basically, let's go on the charts. I like to do a little technical. So yesterday I drew out the triangle. As you can see, market open, we wedged up, and then at the 11:30, the lemon guy, the Citron, whatever his freaking name is, right? So basically his live stream didn't work, and he claims somebody hacked him. So he tried to do it twice and it failed. So the stock just started rallying, and we hit a high of 44.75 on the day. Right, and we pull back after that, like, very quickly. If you go on 5 minutes, you can see we rallied up, and then we just fell right back down to 37s, and then we picked up, and throughout the day we caught steam, and we rallied in the end of the day to above 43. So we closed above 43. That's a very good sign, because 43 is a big resistance. Anyways, looking at 1 hour, we're looking very good. And in the after hours, GameStop hit a high of over 10%, around 47-ish. But then at the end, it closed around 45.80-ish. So very good. So we broke all-time highs. The all-time highs, as you can see here, is 45.52. We closed, like, we broke that, like, in after hours on heavy volume, over 1 million volume. And in the last 1 hour, there was like a roughly around 500,000 shares traded hands in the last hour. So anyways, so I'm gonna talk about what he said in the YouTube video. I just think it's trash. I'm gonna break down my reasons, okay, and I'm gonna just give you guys my opinion on what's gonna happen. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and please be responsible. So anyways, the wedge we broke out. So the next level resistance is 45. We right now at the current after hour close, we're above that. So the stock should be over here. Okay. Then the only resistance after that is 50. So right now, like, as you can see, we're very good. Even if we go on a daily chart, you can see today is a nice, we open low, we touch low, and we close pretty high. It's a nice green uptick candle. The trend line is getting respected right now. And today was decent volume at around 56 million, 57 almost. So 57 million. So as you can see, that's very good, right? And none of the short positions covered. So I'm gonna go over the video of what he said, and then so I'm gonna tell you guys what I think. So the first one, he said there's no short squeeze happening. All right, so that's a joke, okay? Because it's gonna happen, and it will happen, maybe even tomorrow. Right, the short squeeze will happen. Like, there's a 95% chance that was gonna happen. Because after all of this, like, all this, like, all these, like, people calling out shorts, and all this, like, hype and stuff, you can see that we're actually going higher. Okay, if this guy actually made some valid, like, reasons, we will drop already. Like, we will not close above like a 10% gain on the day. So I'm holding my shares. I'm waiting for the short squeeze to happen. Obviously, if you want to make more money, you could try to do options, but I really suggest to hold shares, because of the options right now and the IV and everything is very, very high, and then you could get IV crushed very easily. I would not take that bet. But if you want, just put like a 200-300, like 500. Don't put anything like too much that you don't want to lose. That's okay. Take a couple of options out of money and stuff. So the first one, he said there's no short squeeze. Okay, it's gonna happen. Okay, the short interest right now is 140%. Interest rate is around 30%. There's only around like 100,000 shares available to short, so they cannot average up anymore. Right, so like if they're shorting, their average shorting price is around $20, and every day, as you can see here, every day this guy on Reddit, on Wall Street Bets, he basically said, he gave me the numbers, right? I just wanted you guys to let you know. So basically he's saying shorts are losing over 40 million a day. No, 40 million for every dollar increase. So just in the after a close, we rally like $4. So they lost like $250 million already, like, right? If the short squeeze actually happens, they can't afford to lose that much. And I think Melvin only manages 20 billion, so they can't afford to lose more than like 5% of the capital, right? There's no way. So they're gonna have to cut losses quick, and they're already deep in waters already. They're losing a lot of money. Okay, so he said 95k available short. I said 100k. Doesn't really matter. But basically, there's a lot of short interest out there, and there's not a lot of shares to be shorted. All right, and then he also said Current price is 46 after hours. So we broke above all time highs and we created new highs. So the only resistance 50. Okay. So he's saying at 40 million a day, the shorts are bleeding a lot of money and they can't afford it. And once a margin call comes, they're done. Okay. Back to the charts and back to my reasoning. All right. So the second reason is he said numbers don't lie, people lie, and he's claiming that like they're messed up. Their like balance sheet of fundamentals are messed up. He said they're in like 2 billion in liabilities. They're actually in 200 million in liabilities. So actual financial position is not that bad. I don't know where he's getting these numbers from, and I'm telling you guys, this guy's not credible at all. He called out Tesla in 2019, and Tesla went on like a crazy run. He called on Neo, and Neo went on a crazy run. He called on he called on all these like Shopify and stuff, and he lost so much money. He's not credible. He been doing this for like 20 years almost, and he only had 5 million. And the fact that he could control the market was a single tweet. It's like he could make so much money if he had that much like market manipulation, right? So if he tweets something and it tanks, he could just like buy his like puts or short the market right before he tweets, and he would make money get out right after. So he could control the market, right? Like I don't know how you have 5 million, bro. You should at least have like 50 billion if you have that much power, man. But this guy only have 5 million. Now 5 million is not that much considering doing this for 17 years. If you do the math, that's like 200K a year. And like he just, if you like inverse what he did, like if he told you to short something, you went long, you will have done like way better, and you'll be like on top of, like you'll be making so much money. But he basically saying that numbers are messed up. And third, he said valuation matters. So he's just saying that the price is too high, and the average Wall Street is giving it around $12. Okay. They've been misvaluing Tesla and all these stocks. Like they don't know, right? Like it's hard to value a company, because if it's a growth stock, we're looking in the future, right? We're pressing in the future, not in the past. So especially with coronavirus happening, all out of PS5 and stuff, on all that stuff, and they're going online and stuff, they have a good chance of expanding their business, right? This is a very technical trade, but if you want to talk about fundamentals, they're not that weak either. So I don't know where he's getting numbers from, right? And he's claiming he knows the other side of the trade. He's been shorting that stuff. I just want to say, like, if you know what you're talking about, you will not short like Tesla. It's just stupid. I just don't think that's a valid reason either. And then he said the offering cash, okay, like offering stock to dilute and pay off debt. This is a big one. Okay, this is the only one I think that can happen. But GameStop is not stupid. Like they don't like when people short a stock. So what I think will happen is when the short squeeze start happening and price go like skyrocket to like 300 plus, 400, 500, maybe even 1,000 plus, and then they start announcing shares so that shorts could get out and then they could liquidate their position and close their short. But even at those levels, they lost like so much money. They might even lose like 10 to 15, 20 times their money, right? And like I said, if Melvin is shorting like 5% of the portfolio, they could lose like everything on this one. And for the people playing the long game, like on the other side, they're gonna make so much money. I seen people with like thousands and thousands of shares, millions and millions in like leaps and like calls and the shares. So like these guys they're gonna make so much money if the short squeeze actually happens. But even if it doesn't happen, like GameStop is still undervalued as a company, because if you look at the long-term valuation, it been like squashed, right? If we actually go back, I just closed my screen. Oops, sorry. Yeah, but I'm just trying to tell you guys, regardless, like it's a good buy, right? Like honestly, it's a good buy, and I'm telling you guys it will happen. Like I'm telling you guys it will happen, and if it does, like please come back to the video and tell me how much you made, because this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't know why people are like not believing in the company, but look. If we even go in the 1 week or in a 1 month, like it's a very cheap valuation, right? So here I drew the trend line from the top. It's not the perfect, but roughly the last resistance level is 50. Right, and if you look at these charts, like we don't even, like 50 was not a valid like resistance level. It's just one I drew based on the numbers and stuff, and it's a trend line, right? I'm following technical analysts, but like if the short squeeze happen, all this stuff is garbage. It'll go out the window. So I really think it'll happen, and I want you guys to pay attention to it. Okay. So yes, I just want to touch on one more thing before I finish here. The offering, it could happen. It could very well happen. I think it will like if the short squeeze happen, this will happen because if they don't sell shares, these guys can't get out, and especially with the short interest so high, and the interest rate is so high, these guys can get out. And the only way if you will start selling at such a high price could be 300, 400, 500, or if GameStop starts selling shares. Okay. I think it's possible if they start selling shares. Maybe if they even sell like 20 million, that's a lot because they only have a float of 80 million. So that's like a 25 dilution. That's like how much shares is needed for them to get out, because once they start selling, the price start dropping, people start selling it for profits, and then the shares can get out. What I plan to do is when this thing goes to the near the peaks, I'm gonna start buying puts for the way to come down, but not when like at least I'm making at least want the stock to go 300. If it higher it goes, yeah, but I want to get some puts for it to come down because this short squeeze is like a quick thing. If GameStop is worth 1,000 a share, that's 30 times valuation at current levels. So currently is roughly around 3 billion, right? 3 billion. So at like 1,000, that's like 33 times. That's like almost 100 billion in market cap. That's like bigger than McDonald's. That's like as big as McDonald's and stuff. So obviously they don't deserve that kind of valuation. But I think like a 20 billion, like 15, 20 billion is very reasonable at current levels, especially forecasting the growth I'm present in everything. So yeah, if you guys think my video helps you guys out and it makes sense, please just let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think, and let's see what happens. My prediction is I think this will happen very soon. Like I said, obviously I cannot predict the exact moment, but it's gonna happen. Like there's a 95% chance now, because after seeing everything and all these people are trying to take it down, it's just not going down, it's going higher, and we broke all time highs. Keep that in mind in post hours. So tomorrow we're gonna gap up for sure, and depending on how pre-market moves and if there's any news, anything, if we break 50 in the open, we could easily squeeze, like easily. As soon as one fund like pulls out, everyone else will pull out too, so it's a domino effect, and everything will like fall, and then GameStop gonna moon, right? So I haven't witnessed a short squeeze in a long time other than KBIO. But that one stock, it went up 10,000 times. Sorry, it went up 10,000%. So 100 times your money. So I don't expect GameStop to 100 times, but I think that like at least $300 to like 500 is reasonable. Maybe 1,000 if everything goes crazy nuts and it start halting and stuff on volatility. Maybe, I hope so. But I'm holding my shares, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. But please let me know what you feel down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.